Now, obviously, there are a lot of factors at play when it comes to being successful as an independent artist and musician. But one of the factors that's super important is having an active presence on social media. And for me, rather than trying to succeed on every single platform all at once, which ultimately leads to burnout, I have found that it's a better strategy to find one or two platforms that you really enjoy creating content for and just being on in the first place, and focus your energy on those. So for me, outside of YouTube, obviously, I like to focus on Instagram. Now, like many of you, I'm sure, I struggled for a very long time to find any sort of footing on Instagram. I didn't see much engagement for a long time, so I would get discouraged and not post, or I would try to post everything all the time and jump right into the deep end, hitting every content strategy, which would ultimately lead to burnout, which would make me stop posting again. But over the past 6 months, I have developed a very effective content strategy for me that has helped me to grow on the platform with consistency. In fact, over the past year, I have pretty much doubled my follower count on Instagram from about 1,500 or so to now almost 3,000. So today, we're gonna walk through the 3 steps that I use to succeed and grow on Instagram. So let's dig into it. The first thing I do to succeed on Instagram is I make time to make content. Every Monday morning, I sit down and I plan out my content strategy specifically for Instagram for the week. I take all of the pictures and videos I'm going to post in the feed, and I start thinking about where my head is for the week so that I can plan out what I'm going to do for my stories posts throughout the week as well. Now, stories posts I do every day. I don't actually schedule those in advance, even though you can. But I like to have sort of a general idea of what I'm thinking about for the week so that those posts come easier to me day of. And not only do I take all of the pictures and videos I'm going to post for the week, but I also plan out what I'm going to write as the copy for those posts as well. Because it's not enough to just come up with a cool picture and post it. It's really more effective to think about what you're going to say in addition to that picture as well. A lot of people on Instagram, I find, will just sort of phone in the copy and focus all their attention on the picture. And while the picture is important, the copy is very, very important as well. So you definitely don't want to skip over that part. And then the second thing I do to succeed on Instagram is I schedule all of my content in advance. So not only do I create time to create my content in advance, but I actually schedule it out in advance as well. So as I said before, I don't really schedule out my stories in advance, though you can. I do schedule out my feed posts in advance. And sometimes I will schedule those out weeks in advance. Usually I take it week by week. So if I do my content creation on Monday, I will plan out and schedule all of my content for my feed posts for Wednesday, Friday, and the following Monday. That way it's done for the next week and I don't have to think about it. But sometimes I'll do it for 2 or 3 weeks in advance, depending on kind of how creative I'm feeling that day and how much content I can come up with. And if there are specific things coming down the pipeline, like say a release or a specific video that I'm going to drop, I'll schedule those stories in advance too sometimes. That way I know that content's going to be there and I don't have to try to remember it when the day actually comes up. And I do all of my content scheduling through the Business Suite app on my iPhone. It's an app from Facebook and you can schedule all of your feed posts and all of your stories posts directly through the app, and you can do it either to Instagram or Facebook or both. And so I choose to do both. I'll schedule everything to Instagram, and then I will also schedule what I want to post to Facebook as well, simply by copying and pasting the text into the other. So I kind of get 2 posts in one without having to do any extra work. And then for IGTV posts, I can schedule those through the Creator Studio site on my computer whenever I have an IGTV post that I want to throw up as well. And then the third and last thing I do that has been part of my effective content strategy for Instagram is I focus on consistency. And for me, this is the most important thing, because I have struggled to find consistency in the past on every platform, YouTube included. In the early days, I would post and then I'd take a ton of time off, and then I'd go really hard and then I'd burn out. Kind of the same thing I used to do on Instagram. And so for me, it's been far more effective to sort of wade into the shallow end of the pool rather than jumping into the deep end and trying to hit everything at once. I have been posting one story every weekday, Monday through Friday, with weekends off so that I can have a break to recharge. And then I post a feed post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and have done that consistently for the entire year of 2021 so far. In fact, I started posting on weekends as well in the beginning of the year, but realized pretty quickly that it was going to be better for me, my mental health, and the longevity of being creative with my content to take the weekends off. And in doing that, now I've developed the habit. So I've been able to create this habit where I am consistent, and it feels weird now to not post on those days to Instagram. And so now that that habit has been created for me, I feel much more confident in adding new things on top of that, like say Reels once I want to start getting into that, or if I want to start posting an IGTV video once a week, I'll feel a lot better because I'll be building on top of the foundation of the habits that I already have, rather than trying to create a brand new habit from scratch. Start where you can and just try to get consistent with it. Just even if it's just one post a week or one story a day or one story a week. The trick is to start developing that habit so that it feels weird to not do it after a certain amount of time, and then you can sort of stack blocks on from there. That's what I've done, and it's been really, really effective for me and has helped me to grow on the platform in a way that I have actually never experienced until this past 6 months to a year. Now, of course, it goes without saying, there are a lot of other things you can do if you want to grow on Instagram. If you want to grow even faster than I have, you can double down on a lot of this stuff. You can make sure that you are also posting Reels, which I don't really do a lot of. You can make sure you're posting IGTV videos, which I don't really do a lot of. If you want to grow fast, take advantage of all of the things that the platform has to offer, and that can only help your content strategy. And of course, you know I'm going to say it, running ads is also another great way to grow on Instagram. In fact, I'm sure a lot of the growth that I have experienced in the last year has come as a direct result from both advertising to drive traffic to my Spotify profile through Instagram ads, and also simply for the fact that I have been posting consistently on YouTube as well. So if you pick one or two platforms, they will work together, sort of like for me, YouTube and Instagram have kind of worked together to help grow my presence across the board. Now, before I sign off, if you don't subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like and share this video. And at the end here, you can check out a couple things from the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.